Wow, look at the view around here. This is beautiful. Folks, YouTube, what's happening? I love hiking, don't you? And today we're going hiking in the wonderful world of the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. We're going to walk across the entire map. Good Lord, let's get walking, dude. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender fluid, and everybody else in between, welcome to the dumbest show in gaming, The Open Road! The Open Road! It's a regular boring show where we walk across entire game worlds and see what we come across. Today, we're finally walking... Oh, God! There's a wolf. Today, we're finally walking across the very dangerous world, apparently, of Tears of the Kingdom. Now, we've done a couple of episodes in Breath of the Wild. We took pretty much the route of... We started in this very far corner by Lurelin Village and walked pretty much diagonally through Hyrule Field, past Hyrule Castle, up the Hebra Mountains, and ended here at our starting point in Tears of the Kingdom. Now, this is the same map as Breath of the Wild with a lot of variations. Today, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to go from the Hebra Mountains diagonally towards Lurelin Village at the end of this here Soka Point. And we're going to put a little marker here so we know where we're going. Now, Breath of the Wild took us 54 minutes, roughly, which is pretty good. I think we did another episode of Breath of the Wild here where we took the motorbike across it, which that took us about 20 minutes, and then we redid it walking because it's a walking show. It's not a motorcycle show. So we're going to try to, go over the mountains and over the hill and through the woods or whatever they say, wherever grandmother's house is. Currently, we're in the... Let me actually give you the actual name of the armor set that we're in. We're in the Snow Quill headdress, tunic, and trousers, and we will change. Also, I can show off all my cool armor sets that I got. I got Dark Link. I don't have Sheik. I almost have, the Phantom Ganon one. I got the Fierce Deity. That's pretty cool. I have all the whole Twilight set. I surprisingly don't have the Ocarina of Time one, which is sad. I do have the Trousers of Time, which is a wild name. So we're gonna go from here, and we're gonna set off into the Great Abyss. I'm gonna change my sword. Actually, should we get like official with this? Get the Master Sword, and then the Hylian Shield, which I never use because I don't want to break it. So without further ado, we're off. No idea how long this is going to take. This could take probably about the same time, about 50 minutes or so. I'm not sure in that episode if I climbed over mountains and did all that stuff. And I was thinking about this earlier because this is kind of like an uncut show unless like I absolutely need to cut if I have to pee or something, because this is like a real life hike, but it's virtual. I already forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, now I remember. Sorry, I'm an idiot. I can't remember. God, what is happening? Let me get my water here close to me because I might need it. I'm gonna take a sip right now. That's good. A minute into the hike, and I already need water. I can't remember in the Breath of the Wild episode if I, jumped off of a high point and glided using my parasail. I'm going to try not to do that for this episode. Now, the only way I'm going to divert from my path here is if there's like a giant pit to the depths, or if there's somehow an impassable thing that I need to run around. That's really the only way. This is the 18th episode of The Open Road, and I gotta be honest with you, when I first started this series a couple of years ago, I think the first episode was San Andreas. I did not think that I would do 18 episodes because I didn't think I even owned that many open world games. But we've squeezed the life out of all the open world games that I could possibly think of. San Andreas, Ocarina of Time. We even did Skate 3. The Days Gone one was fun. I did Days Gone for PS4 twice because one of them Wolf, you get the fuck out of here, bud. Oh, God, I'm burping. I just had dinner. I had some macaroni and sauce, which was pretty good. The first episode of Days Gone, I rode my motorbike across the map, which, come to think about it, was very stupid because, like I stated before, this is a walking show. So the fact that I rode my motorcycle in both Days Gone and Breath of the Wild, the first go-arounds in those episodes, is kind of shocking to me. We also did GTA 5. That was a great episode, specifically because GTA 5 took us about 40 minutes. And scrolling up, so I'm looking at the playlist right now in front of me, if you can't tell. GTA 4 took us about 20 minutes. Walking across the massive world of Days Gone took us 38 minutes. And, never mind. I thought I was going to, oh God, I am dying. Why is my stamina going down like that fast? Is it because I'm cold? It must be because I'm cold. That is, unless that's, what is going on? I'd never experienced that. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, Days Gone took us about 38 minutes, and Breath of the Wild, the second go-around, oh God, wouldn't it be just easier if I could just glide? Nope, can't do that. We're in it for the long haul, folks. Breath of the Wild took us 54 minutes, with presumably gliding and going around mountains. I'm not sure how this episode is going to fare, but boy, we're going to find out. Link is going to be fucking ripped by the end of this episode. His legs are just going to be jacked. And looking at, we might have to take a little Yui around because there's this area right here, this giant chasm, the giant mountain right there. Hey, there's a thing right there. Let's mark that so I don't forget that. I have about 110 hours into this game. I think I probably have about 140 hours into Breath of the Wild. So I'm very close to being caught up. Why is my stamina doing that? That is, if it does that when we're in warm weather, I'm going to be concerned that my game is glitched. But that's just my thought here, because it doesn't do that when I'm gliding. It only does that when I'm running. And that, again, that might just be because of the snow. We're going to try to loop around this little mountain here. Actually, maybe we might be better off kind of going up it a little bit at an angle and still kind of going in a straight line. We're following the, what color ping are we following? Look at all those shrines. Purple. Or pink, I'm sorry. We're following pink. So we can't lose track. It's always in the corner of the screen, which is absolutely fantastic. I think the funniest part of this episode, or this series as a whole, rather, is, oh God, there's a dragon, is, and I say this probably in every single episode of this, is the fact that for like, depending on how big the world is, let's say 30 minutes to almost close to an hour, I just have to sit here uncut and talk to myself, which my therapist would probably tell you that that's one of my biggest fears. But I'm here to tell you, whoa! What do you mean, whoa, dude? Why did that fucking deer attack me? Why did that fucking deer attack me? I thought Bambi was supposed to be fucking cute and cuddly, not violent. Well, that's just silly. Look at the way the shield shines. That's nice. I really appreciate that. There's some moose. Yo, now they run. Yeah, now they run. Good stuff. Yeah, glad they're running. I just got attacked by old Bambi there. There's a Chris Farley Tommy Boy quote in there at some point. How are we gonna... We might have to glide. Whoa, that deer just disappeared into the ground. Did you see that? Play that back. That's wild. So now that I said play it back, that means I actually have to watch the video back. Typically, I just put the I typically just upload it. We might have to glide here. We're gonna have to make an exception to the glide. Oh, no, we don't. We can go down. We can go down. Oh, dear Lord. Did you see that timing? That's goofy. Also, the other bad point is, it's like the middle of August right now. I don't even know when it is. It's August sometime. And I don't know what the day of the week is, but I turned my AC off to record the audio for this, and by God, is it already getting hot. And I've only been recording for like 10 minutes, which is just really fantastic. Now, I haven't done too many episodes of this series. This isn't like a constantly recurring series, if you will, because there's only a finite amount of, open world games. But the last one we did was Oblivion, when they did Oblivion Remastered. That took us about 35 minutes. That was about 3 months ago. And the time before that, we did San Andreas again as Fat CJ. And that was about 7 months ago. So these episodes don't come out often, but it's always a special occasion when they do. This is like, honestly, surprisingly, some of my most favorite types of videos to do, specifically because they're just easy. You just load up the game, hook the console up to the capture card, and walk. God, I was burping. Sorry, I couldn't even speak at the same time, but I just walk. I walk and talk. It's like me and you are going on a hike right now, and we're just traversing the terrain together and just having some discussion. And I'm going to give you about 5 seconds to talk to me while I take a sip of my water. That's good. That definitely wasn't 5 seconds, but you can just pause the video if you got something to tell me. And to whatever you just told me. Wow. That's really something, man. The gender neutral man, of course. That is really, really something. I have to point out the gender neutral man because I can't tell you how many dates I've been on with women in the past where we've been at like a coffee shop or something and I'll be like, oh, that's fucking interesting, man. And she'll literally be like, I'm not your man. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's kind of like a term of endearment for me, as the skater in me says. So just take that how you will. And also, I hope we're gonna have enough stamina to fucking climb this. Oh, you know what? Hang on. You know what I got? I got climbing gear that ups our climbing speed. Oh, fuck it. Oh, God. Hang on. It's cold. Can I eat some cold resistant food? That'll do. That'll do just fine, eh? Oh, yeah. Look at those calves. Those are some nice calves. It's currently about 6 o'clock, or does that say 8 o'clock? That says 8 o'clock. Okay. After this, I'm going to hit the gym. And then after the gym, I got to film a scene for this movie that I'm working on. I think the last movie that I put out was Spectre Inspectors. And that was my short film that I did with a good friend of mine, like a supernatural comedy movie. And that came out in 2022. Hang on, can we stop here? Yes, beautiful. That came out in 2022. So we're going on 3 years with no movie. And I figure it's time for a Joey C. solo project. So I've been putting together this movie for, like, I don't know, the last, like, maybe month or so. Just filming it here and there. Why is my stamina doing that? There's gotta be... it's... Oh, I'm still in a cold environment. I guess that makes sense. The interesting thing about the movie is I don't really have a set storyline, per se, if that makes sense. Fuck it, I'll give you a little sneak peek. It's not like I'm famous or anything, or make money from it, so it doesn't matter. Although I suppose YouTube monetization is money, but then again, it's only $3. The movie is called The Boring Normal, and it's basically about a guy who, is trying to figure out if he's going to end his life or not. And in the process of figuring that out, he has a list of things that he wants to do before he ultimately commits the act. Trigger warning. Apologize. Should have mentioned that before. So he goes through all these things. Play your favorite video game, skate one last time. Apologize to the people who have wronged, or he is wronged per se. Not a true story, by the way. I do not feel that way. Just for the record, if anybody even cared, which I'm sure people do. But in the process of that, he kind of figures out that he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to do the act, if you will. Also, we're just going to sneak right by these guys. And periodically throughout the movie, it's a very short film. The script is only 15 pages or so. There's a lot of different interviews of the main character talking about what he feels, as it shows other clips with voiceover and in between the actual main scenes and stuff like that. And then I also have a shit ton of skate footage that I'm going to sprinkle in, so there is going to be a lot of skateboarding in the movie. The big thing, this is my whole point to that whole spiel, is the big thing with this movie is I am kind of letting the movie make itself, if that makes any sense. I don't really know how it's going to turn out until I film everything that's in the script and then start to put it together, if that makes sense. And I've never done a movie like that. And the reason I wanted to do it is because it's something new. I've made sad short films like every other filmmaker has, I suppose, and I've done comedies with my friends and stuff. But this is the first time that I've kind of got out of the way of the creative process and just let the thing make itself. And just kind of film the scene ideas that I have. And then we'll figure it out in post. And by we, I mean me. And then once I get it all constructed together in post of the things that I shot in the script, then I'll give myself freedom to write a more cohesive story if I got to do other scenes and stuff. So I've been really excited to film it, and I have been filming it. I have 7 or so big scenes left to film, which seems like a lot, but that could be done in a couple of weeks. I gave myself the deadline to be done filming by the end of August. So tonight I'm going to film the ending scene, if you will. I've never been in here. What the fuck is this place? This is a trail, apparently. Actually, I can turn hero mode on to see if I even have been here. I have not. Maybe that's up top. I'm not sure. That could have been up top. Potentially. I potentially have been here. Where's the B button? There we go. We're following the purple, pinkish one. Okay. It's probably more pink than purple, if anything. So we've been going for about 20 minutes. We are not even halfway, which is wild. This is definitely, I think, going to be the longest episode yet, which I hope you folks are in it for the long haul. If you actually watch this whole thing, that's really impressive. I greatly appreciate that. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers, which is pretty incredible. Okay, hang on. Before we get on to that tangent, we are coming up on our very first fucking valley here. I'm gonna break my own rules. I'm going to glide over this. There's no way I'm going down and then back up. It's not gonna happen. That definitely saved 10 minutes of travel. But you can add it on at the end if you want to add it on. I'm just not gonna do it. There's just not, dude. I'm in warm thing, and my thing is still doing that. my stamina thing is still doing the thing. Has anyone ever experienced that glitch before? I'm sorry, did they, like, update it? Like, what the fuck? Why does it drain so fast? I do have an update to this game and that I've been just putting off. So maybe I should update it, because maybe it's a glitch of some sort. I don't know how a glitch like that could just, like, magically show up. Oh god, there's a big guy right there. We're gonna just walk past him. I'm hoping we don't come across any Lionels on the way, because that would be fucked. Those are terribly hard. We could... Is it nighttime yet? It is nighttime, so what I could do is put on my Dark Link armor, because for those of you that don't know, you get a boost of walking speed during the night, which is really fucking cool. Dude, yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I'm gonna keep saying that. I'm very sorry about that, but that's fine. I'll update it after, and you know what? I'll even put it in post if I find out what the issue was. I'm not really 100% sure on that. I might have to scour the Reddit pages to figure this one out. But yeah, it is 9 o'clock, and do I have a boost of speed? I don't really know. Another chasm down there. We're not gonna go anywhere near that. I'd say the halfway mark is Central Hyrule. I'd say that's probably a good halfway mark. I'm not sure why the Breath of the Wild episode seemed like it's much shorter than this, because I think the actual landscape of this map is the same, but I do think, fuck, can I walk across all that water and shit? I might have to get creative here with this. I don't think I can walk across that water. You know, there's no better way to find out than to find out. I'm not really too sure what this section is. Ludfo's Bog? Okay, yeah, I can walk across it. It also is raining, so that doesn't help anybody. Although that doesn't really affect us unless we're climbing, which therefore it does affect us because we're going to be climbing a lot. This seems like a big boss arena. I'm surprised that there's not a giant boss here. Like a dragon or a Lionel or anything of that nature. Hell, that's a pretty moon up there. It's a real pretty moon. I'm getting a little scared. I'm actually surprised that we haven't come across... I'm definitely not going to be able to walk across that. There's no fucking way. That's got to be... Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's all like this. And in that case, that would be... pretty neat. Hey! Fell right from the sky. God, that is a beautiful moon. I'm surprised that we're not swimming. Yeah, because if we had to swim, we'd have to go around it, which definitely would add a lot of time to our travels. And Link has a dentist appointment at 4. We can't miss that appointment. You know what I'm saying? Now the question comes, for those that have played Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, is which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the original Breath of the Wild, the more simple game, if you will, and story, and the simple game mechanics and story, or do you prefer the more convoluted, advanced story and mechanics of Tears of the Kingdom? Now, I will say, in reference to that question, initially, the first probably 50 hours of Tears of the Kingdom, I was like, dude, the sky, the depths, and the overworld, and all these 80 new mechanics I gotta learn, I don't like this. Now, I fucking prefer it. It is the... We're gonna go across this. I'm not even gonna waste my fucking time. I prefer Tears of the Kingdom. I do think it is the definitive edition. Oh, God. I just burped twice in a row? What the hell was that? My dinner. I'm telling you. I don't know why that pepperoni and sauce made me so gassy, if you will. I'm not even farting. I'm just burping. Yeah, I was very overwhelmed with Tears of the Kingdom. And if you're starting Tears of the Kingdom, my guess is you're probably going to be overwhelmed at first. But my advice to you would be stick with it because the story is much more detailed. The mechanics are absolutely fantastic because it gives you so much more freedom to do things across the map. Like build things, you're going through objects, you're literally going through mountains from the bottom of them to get to the top. The Ultra Hand, the auto build, the fuse, the recall thing, it's just all fantastic. Absolutely wonderful mechanics. What water? Oh, okay, this is just a river. I was gonna say, what are we crossing here? Perhaps I guess I'll float across this, because water is an exception. That water is such a fucking pain in the ass to get across, it's not even funny. I didn't take out my parasail in time, and thank God that was in water, because I would have died. So, I have not beaten the game yet. I've beaten 3 out of the 4 temples, Shooting Star, Falling Rock, a lot happening, another Falling Rock, another Falling Rock! A lot going on around here. I have beaten every temple except Gerudo, the Gerudo one. Have not done that. We'll just call it the Spirit Temple, to be simple. Oh, god damn it. I was gonna go around them and I spoke too soon. Get away from me, dude. My stamina is like burning twice as fast and I really don't understand why. I really don't understand it. Oh god, get out of here, dude. So I'm kind of saving that last temple. I gathered up like so many fucking shrines, as you can tell from the map here. All these shrines. I also explored the entirety of the depths, with an exception of one spot right here, which I think is the last. What do you call it? Shrine that I have to get. But, by God, I got a lot of fucking shrines here. I don't know how many exactly. I think the number tells me in the load screen. I think I'm right around 70 or so. I could be wrong. I don't know what they count, because it seems like much more than 70 if it's on the depths and below. So maybe that number is completely bullshit. I'm just really not sure. Hey, we're at the halfway mark. Perfect. That's fantastic. Just really not sure on that. So, just you saw my map. You can, if you really got to know, you can pause it and count it. Although I don't recommend that. So I'm really, really into the story of Zelda going back in time and stuff, and I'm not going to spoil it. Believe it or not, so the game came out 2 years ago. I have not seen a lick of footage from the Ganon fight. And you're probably wondering how the fuck I could have possibly avoided that the last 2 years. Anytime I've seen a video on it, I click off before the Ganon thing. I never saw any trailers for Tears of the Kingdom. Anything remotely that close to smelling like Ganon and Tears of the Kingdom, I click off. And I'm definitely overhyping it, that's for sure, but you know, I want it to be special. I did the same thing for Breath of the Wild. I put that fight off for maybe not as long, maybe a year and a half to 2 years. And it's going on 2.5 years now, or just over 2 years and 2 months or something like that. Or maybe longer. I can't remember when it came out. I think it came out 2023. Joey C will tell you on screen. I'm telling my future self to do all this stuff. Now I actually have to watch and edit this episode, even though it's uncut, because I got to look out for things like that. Now, we are coming up on a giant mountain, which is this is Dueling Peaks right here. We're definitely going to go through Dueling Peaks. Hey, Rock from the Heavens, how are you? Now, I haven't explored nearly as much of the Sky Islands as I have the Overworld and the Depths. Of course, as you know, I've gone everywhere in the Depths because I've unlocked the entire Depths, basically, which is really, really fantastic. And, it kind of pisses me off that the overworld shows up on the map when you hit the sky towers. And I don't know how many sky towers there are in the game. 10 or 15 or something like that. Or I could be way off. I have no idea. But in the depths, it doesn't show up on the map until you hit a shrine in the area. So each little shrine might only be like this much of an area. Do you know how, dude, this took me 20, 30, 40 hours at least. I did nothing. I did exclusively depths took a capture. I did nothing but the depth exploration, that's a tongue twister, for weeks IRL. Now, I haven't played this game in maybe about a month or so because I don't know why I put like 50 or so hours into the game in a month, like no joke, in the month of June. I played like 50 or 60 hours of the game. So I wasn't burned out necessarily. I just needed a break. So I've been on my break basically. I started replaying GTA 5 on Twitch. So go to twitch.tv/officialjoeyc to watch that live. I usually go live on weekends. Alternatively, excuse me, I'm burping. You can subscribe to my second channel, Official Joey C Live, on YouTube. The link is in the description of every video. That's where I upload my live VODs from all my Twitch streams. So if you want something to put on in the background, you can certainly do that. If not, that's cool. No big deal. No big deal at all. Also, while I'm here, I'll shout out my Patreon. If you want to support the channel, other than subscribing and liking and commenting and doing all that fun stuff, you can go to patreon.com/officialjoeyc for a lot of exclusive stuff, behind the scenes videos, exclusive series, check-in videos, movie reviews, stuff like that. You can also become a YouTube channel member for the same perks of Patreon and same videos, of course. I can't remember what I was talking about before that, so we're just going to have to move on. That does bring up a good point in terms of YouTube. I mentioned before I'm almost at 5,000 subscribers, which is really, really fucking cool. I feel like I just hit 1,000 a couple of years ago, which is really wonderful. I'm just very pleased at that. It's, the goal. I think the goal for the end of the year. I have it written down somewhere on a. Oh God, hang on. I gotta cross this. I can't swim that. I think the goal is, hang on. Just wait 10 seconds. I'm going to go run out and see. Hang on. Okay. Sorry about that. It was written on my whiteboard outside of my office. The goal is 6,000 subscribers. It's August. Realistically, I'm not going to hit that unless I have a video go viral or whatever. Which is really not going to happen because I don't make viral content. I just make, cozy stuff like this and examination things in video games where we examine smaller details in videos, like restaurants, housing, bathrooms, roads, construction sites, you name it. Oh my God, sir! So, yeah, like this video is not going to go viral at all. We're walking across Tears of the Kingdom. Like, we're not doing anything else other than that. So I make cozy content. So I'm not going to, hit 6,000 this year. But it is a very good possibility that I could hit it next year. So we're going to shoot for that. Of course, the ultimate goal is 10,000. That would be really cool. Well, actually, I guess the ultimate goal is to make this a full-time job, which I'm hoping to accomplish one day. Even if it's in my 40s. I'm not that old, although I am turning 30 in 3 months, which is... I don't have words to how horrible that is. And everyone's saying, like, yo, 30s are the best years of your life. Yeah, that's probably true. But the reason that I'm upset at the moment is because it's like the unofficial end of my youth. If that makes any sense. Hang on, I gotta figure out where I'm going here. It is the unofficial end to my youth. I'm no longer young in 30. Like, in my 30s, I'm no longer considered a young man. I guess to, like, 90-year-olds, sure. But, like, I won't be in my 20s anymore. I do feel like not that I don't act age appropriate, but, like, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, oh, fuck, hang on. Dude, am I gonna make it? Dude, I don't think I'm gonna fucking make it across this thing. I was thinking the other day. Oh, fuck, I gotta go this way. Hang on. I was thinking the other day, like, I haven't dyed my hair in many years. I was like, oh man, it would be cool if I dyed my hair black. And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna be 30. I'm not gonna be one of those, like, 30-year-olds who, like, dyes their hair and, like, still acts like they're fucking, like, 16, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that that's, like, a reality. That's just, like, my opinion, I guess. So that train of thought has been in my head the last couple of days. Not that I probably would have dyed my... Even if I was 22, again, I don't think I would dye my hair. And also, I can't imagine me changing because this is just kind of what I am. I just like the simple things in life. Video games and collecting stuff and making fucking fun videos and shit. And I've said this time and time again. If YouTube wasn't a fucking thing or whatever, or if, like, I had nothing else in life, I would still play video games, collect cool toys and shit, and make videos. I've been making videos since I was, like, literally 6, filming on VHS-C tapes and editing on VCRs. I would still do that because I did that shit way back then, and I did it before YouTube, and I'll do it after YouTube. So that's never gonna fucking change. So regardless if this channel ever goes anywhere outside of, like, under 10,000 subs, 100% still gonna fucking make videos. Whether it's for this or for the next fucking social media thing, but YouTube is holding strong after, like, almost 20 years next year, which is wild. And that's especially crazy because my first YouTube channel was started in 2007 when YouTube was, like, less than a year old. And I started uploading... This is a crazy piece of lore for me. I started uploading Ocarina of Time cutscene videos because I had them all saved on, like, the family computer. And so I would put, like, the ending cutscene or, like, the cutscene after Spirit Temple. And I remember I didn't check I didn't even know, like, what view counts were. Like, I knew videos had view counts, but, like, I didn't even think it meant anything. And I remember, like, a couple years into that, like 2008 or 9, the channel had... I don't know how many subscribers it had. I have no idea. But those Ocarina of Time cutscene videos had hundreds of thousands of views, which was catastrophically massive in those days. Like, you could probably... There probably wasn't a lot of videos that had 100,000 views back in, like, 2008 or 9. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I just think that's, like, the most wild thing about me. And I deleted the channel. I deleted it to start so I deleted that channel because I was, like, too cool for that. I was in high school then. And then in high school, I started making music. So I started a YouTube channel called Joey C with, like, 3 E's and 3 Y's or something like that. And I uploaded my music, and I had a couple of thousand subscribers or whatever, and literally almost all of my songs had thousands of views. To the point where, like, I would go to my local mall and, like, kids from other schools would, like, ask to take a photo of me. It was the weirdest fucking thing. And I stopped making music because it was just cringy, to be perfectly honest with you. It was rap music. And as you can imagine, a white Italian kid, It was just really goofy. So I stopped doing that. And I actually deleted the channel. Oh, that's where official Joey C comes from, because on Twitter, all the rappers had, like, official 50 Cent, official B.O.B., official Wiz Khalifa. So I was like, oh, well, official Joey C. So that's where that came from. And then I deleted the channel and to start the official Joey C channel. But fun fact, this was a fucking vape channel before. I made, like, 2 vape videos. And mind you, I'm, like, 16 at this point. And I'm like, all right, this is fucking weird. So I literally was like, a couple weeks later, I was like, yeah, this is like douchey. What the fuck? Is it raining? Oh no. Oh, that's not good. And then I sat on this channel for a while. And then in August of 2015, oh my god, it's 10 years. Hang on. All right, hang on. Okay, so we got that. Let's climb. While we're climbing, I'm going to look at when the first video was updated or uploaded. Hang on. Oldest. August 21st, 2015. So August 21st is my 10-year anniversary uploading to official Joey C. Wow. That is really fucking cool, man. That is really fucking cool. Been doing this shit a decade. I think I've been taking it, like, really seriously since, I don't know, 2020 is probably when I really took it seriously. But I was trying in 2017 and 2018. But 2020, I think, is when I really started getting serious with it. Can I jump? Okay, no, hang on. Oh god, this frog climbing gear doesn't help anything. Oh no. Oh, they're eating her, and then they're gonna eat me. Oh my god. Let's see if we can go around a little bit. Dude, if you ever want to fucking laugh, go back and watch my first video. Tony Hawk's Underground playthrough, because I was doing Let's Plays up until 2020 probably, which is really weird because that's such an outdated thing on YouTube. But that's how I got started, is Let's Plays. And I am so monotone in that video, which is wild because in real life, I was just like this. How I am now, like out of control, goofy, loud and shit. But I played it cool on YouTube because, like, I didn't want to get made fun of. And, like, I tried to be the fucking cool guy. And that fucking, it's so cringy. Matter of fact, I've even had to private some of my early videos. Like, I did a whole Let's Play of Twilight Princess after the Tony Hawk Underground one in 2015 and 2016. And it is just the cringiest fucking thing ever. So, yeah, there's still a lot of cringy stuff left on the channel. I'd say the stuff didn't stop. I would say the videos, in my opinion, stopped being cringy in, like, 2021. Maybe 2020. But that's when I'd say a good non-cringe point is. Because that's when I, like, really started having, like, production value and, like, I put more money into cameras and editing and shit. Before, it was just, like, it was just me trying to fucking figure it out, basically. Because I had no idea about YouTube or anything. And now I do it as my fucking job. Albeit not video game content. It's golf. I do golf. Work for a golf tour, which is very fun. I really enjoy doing that. I really enjoy working from home, but I do feel that, like, it takes a special person to work from home, because when I worked for Screen Rant, fuck them, by the way, it was the first time I ever worked from home, and I basically got so depressed being home for the first year that it undoubtedly ruined my relationship that I had at the time. because it turned me into somebody horrible. Not horrible. I wasn't like a jerk off, but my priorities were in other areas. And I was depressed as fuck. And I was worried that my second time working from home, which was for Game Rant, was going to be just as bad. But it wasn't. I was very happy the second time around. And this is my third time around working from home. And I got to tell you, it is the best fucking thing ever. Working from home is just great because, like, you're just in your element. You're in your vibe. You're in your comfort space. But it's very easy to get depressed, right? It's very easy to get stuck inside your head. So you really got to have a good grasp on your mental health, I'd say. Because you have a lot of time alone in the quiet to overthink things and stuff. And, my God, the trees are coming alive. Hang on, I got to move. Yeah, that stamina thing is wild. I genuinely can't wait to research that. So we're coming on 46 minutes here, which is, well, actually a little less because I fucked around a little bit in the beginning. But we see the end point. There's Lurlin Village. We just got to go down this mountaintop. I could have shield surfed down that, but I don't want to ruin my Hylian shield because I'm pretty sure I can buy one from one of those bargaining statues, but I really don't want to because I think they're pretty expensive, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, dude, get out of here. Get out of here. I was just going to say, I'm pretty sure I have not come across any sort of monsters except that guy, which is very surprising, because I feel like in Breath of the Wild, when we went through Central Hyrule, there were all those guardian statues, and I feel like we were getting, like, literally fucked when we were running through that, which is very scary. Ah, Lurlin Village. What a peaceful little area. Hello, cows, or moles, or whatever the fuck you guys are. I have no idea. We're nearing the end of our journey. And it was very surprising to figure out that it's kind of basically about the same time as Breath of the Wild. Now, it's not over yet, of course. We still gotta go down the tail here of this little landscape here. I'm losing my voice. I've just been talking for 47 minutes straight. I'm gonna have a sip of water here. And on top of that, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hit the gym after, which is... It's going to be a late gym sesh because it's 9 o'clock right now. I do have to film a big video, so then it comes down to the point of, all right, do I really want to? Because if I left here at 9 o'clock, got there 9:15, worked out till 10:15, got home at 10:30, am I really going to film that scene that I have to do at 10:30 at night? I don't know. I could. You know what? Fuck it. I will. 10:30 is still pretty early. It's not too terribly bad, I suppose. We're going to have to go around here because we got to make it all the way over there. What is that? Oh, I think I've been to that island. I think that was like the pirate island or whatever that I had to clear. I think that was a side quest. I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I definitely was, because I remember setting up that boat to fly all the way to that island, and it did not work out so well. I can't even remember what I did. I think I used a rocket to launch up in the air and then floated over towards it. And that's an island right there. Pretty sure I've been there. Oh yeah, I can take my this armor off. Wow, I'm really losing my voice now. Good thing we're at the end of our journey, because my throat is hurting, which is not very good. Not very good at all. Kind of hurts a little bit, but that's fine. You know what I'm probably going to do now that we talked about it? Is I'm literally going to go back and watch my first videos, the Tony Hawk Underground videos. August 21st, 2015, which was... it's a Thursday, so about 3 weeks from now, which is I'm not going to do anything special for the channel, but I'll make a post on the community post. But we have made it, folks, to the end. We were going to avoid these guys at all costs. We made it. The end of our journey. We walked across the entire world of Tears of the Kingdom while avoiding these guys. And you guys can fuck right off. I want nothing to do with you guys. All right? I want nothing to do. Folks, we walked from this point all the way to that point. Well, the opposite, but you know what I'm saying. That was a very long journey. I actually think it might have been shorter than Breath of the Wild. I'm really not too sure. Folks, thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Keep your eye out for the next video, episode, movie, live stream, whatever it is, man. Listen, cherish the precious moments, be loved, and stay dude. I'm out of here. See you later. Adios. Bye-bye.